Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Tritech Shipyards build or something. Today we have the Amnesty-class Destroyer, which is, well, exactly what it says. It's a destroyer. The only mod you will need for this is the OKIM Weapons mod pack, which I will leave a link because I had to use somebody else's version because apparently the original is no longer there, and I used the decorations mod by Itis, that guy. Yeah. Anyway, now that that very unprofessional opening is over, let's go ahead and fly around once. See, the entire outside is built with heavy armor, except just for coolness. I went in between here and like added some interior plates to make it look like a link up. I've got double layered armor, which I have heavy armor. Then I have a second layer of heavy armor just to add extra protection to important rooms. Kind of like, you know, your engine reactors in here and stuff. Well, this is also engine reactor, but I can only fit so much. Got plenty of miniguns on here, so you're not going to have any issue with fighters and drones. And we're going to go take out that military escort in a minute. Got all sorts of hydrogen thrusters. Yes, this ship is going to require a lot of hydrogen. All these are piped up with hydrogen tanks, so there's plenty of storage for hydrogen. Got a huge power pack. This ship is pretty zippy. It's got all sorts of side thrusts. This doesn't have as much up and down thrust as it does forwards and back. I got double layer hydrogen thrusters, forward thrust. Got lots of firepower. Lots of firepower. Here's the battle wagon part, as I like to call it. Connectors, which I actually almost forgot to have connectors on the outside of the ship. This is, as of now, the only entrance. If I ever redo this ship, I'm probably going to add more airlocks. Ah! Yes, it is oxygenated. It does have gravity, as soon as I can remember the right button. There's the command bridge. It's got a whole bunch of button panels, just for looks mostly, but you could set them up with whatever you like. All sorts of control panels, so you shouldn't run out of controls. Got lighting. I actually started naming the lights, but I was trying to rush this out as quick as I could. This is why you need the decorations pack anyway, beds and stuff. The medical room is right next to the bridge. Then I got pretty much an empty room. We're going to go upstairs first. And here we got the crew quarters. Lockers, 2 arcade machines, just for no reason, with Space Invaders. And here we got the captain's quarters, which is just as bland and boring, but has its own personal shower and toilet. And there's your vent to make sure you get oxygen up in here. I don't actually have an oxygen generator on every floor. I've got a single one on the bottom floor, which we will go look at now. Down here is basically storage and bathrooms and the oxygen generators and stuff. It's not exactly a private... Wait, I can... Are you serious? I didn't even know I can get on these. I gotta take a look at this. Ah, it's not gonna let me in. Oh, because I'm controlling it. Oh well. Anyway. Got storage containers. That one I thought I'd put up against the wall, but apparently I didn't. Whatever. Doesn't need to be up against the wall. Allows you to get around back. Got all sorts of showers. Wonder if you can go in them. Probably not. So there's plenty of oxygen on the ship. There's 4 oxygen tanks and 6 oxygen tanks, 2 generators, and all of this is airflow. So this entire area and the bridge is pressurized. Past here, no pressurization. Double airlock. This is the storage room. You got 6 big cargo containers. Plenty of space. I'm standing currently right above the gravity generator, which gives you gravity through most of the ship. There's a slight spot at the very back of the engine room. Here's the engine room. Starts out with some nice piping. I have a bunch of redundant piping in the ship, so if you take a bunch of abuse, you're not going to have to worry about being cut off. Got lights here, which will turn off the lights. Like, Well, you can see lights down there. The lights in here are actually orange. Orangish yellow. Here we got the power for the reactors, which you can turn on and off. And here's the hyperlight drives, or the jump drives, which can turn on and off. This goes to the bottom floor, which we will get to in a minute. Back here we have the 2 hyperlight drives stuck together. A whole bunch of redundant piping. 3 large reactors, just to make sure you have plenty of upgrade capacity. Whole bunch of conveyors. 2 more hydrogen tanks. And right about here is where the... Yeah, there goes the gravity. It's right here at the back. Fortunately, I'm too lazy to build another gravity generator solely for this room. But if anybody actually comes back here, there'll only be one reason you'd want to come back here, and that's for the emergency airlock at the back, which is the engine access. Of course, down here you got... Oh, this is the backwards button panel, just because, you know, I wanted a fence here, but this is the only way I could do it. I could actually... Now if I'm thinking about it. I have this mod for a reason. That's alright. That'll do. Anyway, back to the tour. Down here we've got the bottom floor, which is basically just more access. Sitting on top of a large engine. Multiple cargo containers, so like I said, or thrusters. Hyperlight drive, this is the bottom. Basically the same, but the bottom. Got all sorts of catwalks lined up all over the place. Make sure you can get around pretty well. Here's your gyroscopes. There's also gyroscopes along the ceiling that I forgot to show you. So there's plenty of gyroscopes there. And out here's the airlock, which I guess I've currently got open. It's yellow for some reason. I went with red in the front. This is just the engine access. Takes you out back so you can explore and wander. Should be able to fit through this hole. Yeah. It's just an engine access so you can repair things without having to leave the ship. Alright. So now that that's over. Well, apparently the vehicle we were going to destroy had went away. So I will get back to you when there's a new vehicle to destroy. Alright, and we are back, and there's a military transport dead ahead. I've got this scene because I love watching hydrogen thrusters power up. Yes. I like that. Oops. Oops, now I got out of my seat. Hang on. Wow, what a brilliant start to my epic journey. Alright. It doesn't turn the quickest, but this is mostly just designed for battling. If you're trying to use this as an actual exploration ship, well, I suppose you could use it as such, but I wouldn't recommend it. I didn't design this ship for exploration purposes. This is solely to get into a fight with people that might be bigger than you. So we're gonna go, and we're gonna teach this military transporter who's boss. And we all know that's Tritech Industries. Because Tritech Industries is cool. And also what I had learned very recently is some kind of production company in Kansas. But we'll leave that one for the birds and the bees. Alright, let's start hitting the brakes. Doesn't brake very slow. Even with all the... Oh, that was loud. This will be turned down a bit. So, in practically one run, Oi! Oi! Don't delete my ship! Don't delete my ship! Oh! Alright, we're gonna make one more pass on him, since I haven't seemed to have been removed just yet. This time, we're gonna try and slow it down a bit. We're going to hit him with the right side this time because the left side got a little bit beat up. I'm going to let the inertial dampeners do its job as I close in again. A little bit forward power, not too much. Don't want to accelerate too fast. Then we end up strafing them again and causing that kind of an issue. I would have built more forward power, but I wanted this ship to, forward stopping power, I mean. But I wanted this ship to be very streamlined. I want it to be a very narrow target. I'll end up making battleships and stuff that are much bigger, or at least a lot more powerful. Alright, so we're 1 kilometer out. We should fire 200 meters or so. There we go. Stop now. Something in that ship is still shooting at us. We're going to go ahead and go see what's left of the ship that we just blew up. Yes. So, the ship is a bit on the powerful side. Inertial dampeners. Ow. Aha, creative mode. You have no power here. So yes, we did a pretty good amount of damage. Against a heavy armor target, it's pretty hard to do substantial damage. But remember, this is a destroyer, not a battleship. So, anyway, I hope the ship pleases your appetite for a destroyer. It could be built in survival, but you're going to need a lot of hydrogen. A lot of hydrogen. So yes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Remember, you're free to customize my ships any way you choose, so long as you message me and ask permission before you upload your own version. So yeah. Thanks for watching.